Hello everyone! As you can see, I am developing a tan. But not really. It's just a spray on. And it will be getting darker over the next probably 12 to 18 hours. And then I can wash some of it off and see how dark and weird I look. So exciting! So, I have a little more than one day until showtime. I could say that I'd be nervous, but I'm not really nervous. This whole thing has been a learning experience, and I'm just gonna go up there and have fun. I mean, of course I want to look good and feel confident up there, but I already feel good that I've come this far and put a lot of work into it. I didn't stress myself out over it, and I'm just having a good time. I always say that just by getting up on that stage, I've already won. So that's that. But I just wanted to touch on a few things, basically about competing on a budget, because it's crazy. It is so crazy. The people that do like the physique shows, figures, bodybuilding, all of that, it can run you up so much money. Unbelievable. I didn't know it would cost that much. I wanted to just kind of give an insight also on the financial aspect for those of you thinking about competing or that were interested in it, so you can kind of get a grasp on what the reality of the financial status is. Just a couple things, just right off the bat, I'll let you know. Competing, you have to become a member of the organization that you're competing in. So in this category, I'm competing in A and BF, so I needed to become registered with the organization before I could even compete. So that was its own fee. So that was a, I think, $60 fee. And then you have to pay to compete in the category you want to compete in. So for me, it cost me $70 just to compete. I think there was a $40 early bird special, but I got in afterwards, so I did it for the $70. Then, on top of that, if you want to cross over and compete in different classes, and what that means is that you would go in and compete in one, it's exactly what it sounds like, but for myself, I'm doing a debut category. So there's an open category and a novice category within, well, there's subcategories within the bikini. Okay, so stick with me. So we have the bikini category, and then you have the subcategories of the debut, the novice, and the open. I could compete in any of those. Debut is for first timers only. It's your debut show, so that makes sense. But it costs one cost to compete in one division, and then a crossover fee. So the crossover fee is $40 per class. So if I were to compete in both, I would have had to pay the $40 to cross over to the novice or the $40 to cross over to the open. I'm just doing debut because it's just a fun thing for me to get up there and do it. I'm not really looking to gain my pro card. I know that you don't receive your pro card if you do debut, and that's totally fine. And for those of you that don't know what a pro card is, that's basically the status quo. So you get congratulated, you get a prize, you get your pro card, and it means that you are now certified professional. You know, you can compete in those professional shows, like the ones they have in like Vegas, and the huge ones, like the really intense, like scary, awesome shows that they run. So if anyone wants to try that, they can try a different category and see if they can get their pro card and take a whack at it. So as far as costs, so that's just to kind of get through the door and get to where you need to be. Never mind getting a bikini. So most people would probably get a different bikini for each time they compete, which makes sense, you know, you want to have something different to look back on. I couldn't imagine. Mine itself was on the low end. They can range unbelievable astronomical amounts. I normally found that people paid like $500 to $700 for a bikini, and I was basically pissing my pants going, there's no way. I would never pay that much for a bikini, especially if I can't even swim in it. I can't swim in it. Like, I'm not gonna go swim in this jeweled, bedazzled thing. I mean, it's awesome, but it's that kind of thing isn't worth the money to me. Again, if you are a pro and competing and taking it to the next level, absolutely. But for me, no. So I was thinking where I could get it and kind of keep it on the low cost. So I went and I did some research and I looked on Etsy. Etsy is a site that artists can put their own work, or entrepreneurs, people that create things themselves, they put it up there and sell it. And I was thinking, well, people create all sorts of things. So I did a little search and I looked through Etsy and I found this girl that made suits for competitions, and you would just send her kind of what your measurements were and what you were looking for, and she would custom make it for you. And in total, the suit and all the bedazzling cost $150. So I bet a bunch of you are going, $150? That's so much money. Yes, I agree. I completely 100% agree. I was gagging as I placed the order, but at the same time, I was comparing it to what is actually out there and what some people do pay, and I just cut the cost way, way, way low. And I got that early on in the season so that I would kind of break down the costs as the time went on, so it wasn't huge upfront costs. So far we have becoming a member of the organization. Then you have your categories and crossover fees if you're doing that. The bikini. Don't forget about the shoes that you have to get. I'll show you mine. I ordered them through Amazon, wasn't sure what to get. They really hurt my feet. I don't like them, but I did a lot of the research and no one really likes wearing these things. They're not comfortable. But the more you do wear them, you do break them and they kind of form to your foot. So these are what mine look like. They're clear heels. It's really not that impressive. Yep. They're this brand called Ellie. I got them on Amazon. They had okay reviews. I think it was like $35 for the shoes, and again, that's like a lower cost compared to what other people spend. I know that there are some places in my city that sell those type of shoes, but I just wanted to do it on Amazon because I had the free shipping, the cost was low, so that's what I got for the shoes. So on top of that, so you have to think about your embellishments too. You have to think about your jewelry and all like the way you want to deck yourself out, and I was very crafty about mine as well, and I'll show you what I just picked up for the jewelry. Iridescent diamondy looking things. They kind of look like little trees. I got them at Claire's. They had a sale going on. It was buy two get one free on jewelry, and most of the jewelry falls within like the $18 to $34 range. I'm like, again, holy crap, it's so expensive just for these little trinkets. But they had a sale and it was buy two get one free, so it wasn't that bad. I think the earrings themselves were $24, so I'm like, all right, I gotta bite the bullet. That was pretty much the cheapest pair that I found that was aesthetically pleasing. Some of them were just really ugly. I mean, these aren't the greatest, but I don't think they're that bad. But I did find a way to kind of compromise on the bracelet area, and I got these bracelets at Claire's again for the same sale, and they had this little tree set up, this little like bracelet tree with all the different jewelry. It was $1, $2, and $3 items that were still part of that discount. So instead of getting one giant chunky bracelet for like $20, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little cheap $3 bracelets, and again they were part of the buy two get one free, so I lucked out. And what I did, so they look like this. Oh my goodness, it won't focus on the bracelet. But I got 5 of them. They have these little charms at the bottom. They're like stars and an owl and whatever. But I got them to look like diamonds. They have like the gold plating on it, and I got one emerald one. By now putting these together on my wrist, once I take out the little silly things at the bottom, link them together, now I have one giant flashy bracelet with a pop of color to match my suit. And it's pretty much dead on the same color as my suit color combo. So, ha! Beating the system, being thrifty, with owls on my bracelet. Who says that you can't do it? Cheap. This owl does. All right. Anyway, so that was what I got for the jewelry. And that was another way I was able to keep the cost low, because not only did I find a sale, but I used like the cheapest stuff that I could from the sale, because I'm gonna be up there for what, maybe a total of 10 minutes. This is so silly. So you have to think about the like the embellishments, you know, making yourself up to look good. You have to think about getting your spray tan. Last year the spray tans that the pros did was $150 for a spray tan, and this year it was $70. Yes, these people are professionals. What they do is very important. I don't discredit it in any way. If you want to be professional and compete, that is probably the route to take. But I did not, because I didn't want to pay $70 for the spray tan, because I'm only competing in one category. It's going to be very short. What I did was I contacted a friend who was an owner of a salon, tanning salon, and I said, hey, do you have any good recommendations, or what are you offering? So he was like, here, well, I'll give you this code for $15 spray tan and I'll hook you up. I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much. That's why it's important to make connections and take care of your people, because they take care of you. That's a pro tip. Take care of your people and they take care of you. But what he did, he hooked me up. I got the darkest color they have, and right now it's kind of blending in, so I'll see in the morning, kind of have a better idea of how dark it's actually going to be. And I have this little can that I got at the drugstore, and I'll show you. I've actually had it from last summer and I totally forgot. Let me show you what it is. L'Oreal Sublime Bronze. It's a tan in a can, basically, a fake and bake, whatever you want to call it. So strange, I forgot I had it. You would just spray your tan on. And it came in handy today because when I got out of the spray machine thing, I realized where I had put the hairnet, there was still a little gap, and you could see the line. You might be able to faintly see it right now, but it's blending in. I took some of this, put it on my fingers, rubbed it in, and it matched completely. I mean, I probably would have chosen this for the show to do my whole body with this. I don't know if I would really trust myself to spray it, but for touch-ups, this matches perfectly. Like, I had nicked my leg a little bit, like, after it had just gotten done, so I went back in my bathroom, sprayed it, matched, and now you can't even tell. So this was a lifesaver for me for this color. I hope that it will just end up blending with the rest of my skin. I can't see where I sprayed it, so I mean, it's doing a good job. So this product is pretty cool. I actually would recommend it. I know that I did use it last year. I'm not the best person to not mess things up. I just mess things up, so I wouldn't trust myself to do this. Maybe a friend that was really good at it, but I feel like the price wasn't that bad for the professional spray tan. And since my birthday is a week after the show, I'm thinking it might fade to a nice glow and I'll have a healthy glow on my birthday. So I was thinking smart and kill two birds with one stone, or one tan in a can. That's another cost that you would add up there for the tan. And then thinking about hair, makeup, any other sort of alterations that you want to make to your appearance that you would need to outsource or use the services provided, but you have to set up appointments. So that's a whole, I don't know how they would price that. I am just going to do it myself. I'm really not too concerned with the way that I look in this department. I can't really change it. Maybe, if anything, I'll just have to match, you know, my tan if it starts to wear off, because it is my face and that might just happen. But I'm not really too concerned with that. I'm really just about having fun and getting up there. I do want to look good, but I'm not going to stress out. Again, it's not really a top priority of mine anymore, like the whole makeup thing. So I'll just do whatever needs to be done a little light. I might add some glitter for fun. Just fun is the key word here. You know, put some glitter on there and, you know, blend it all together and be sparkly from head to toe. I don't know what color I'll paint my toenails. Nails, I'm gonna do the stick-on nails because I don't like French manicures. I'm sounding just like a very strange girl telling you all these things that I don't like, that most girls that would want to compete and do this would like, but not into that. So I'm just gonna get the ones from the drugstore. I'm gonna get those tomorrow and put them on the morning of the show because I don't want to deal with those horrible things any longer than I need to. So that's going to be like a cheap buy at the drugstore. Run to Rite Aid and just pick up a couple last minute things.